So we are going to see a particular object called dictionaries. So what do you understand by a dictionary, Atit?
It is similar to like multi-value insert kind of key pair in that
Okay.
particular index and the value.
Okay. So key and a value pairs it will be
Mm-hmm.
having. Yes. So yes, it is very much. It is mutable or immutable.
I don't know. Maybe it will be mutable only.
Okay. Yes,
Because
it is
maybe
mutable.
in JSON or
Yeah.
wherever we use the key values, some will have more, some will not have more. Every time it gives different values.
Okay. No, your guess is right. It is mutable.
Hmm.
It is ordered or unordered.
Not ordered.
Yeah. So it is just dependent on the keys alone. It is not ordered. That's right.
Hmm.
It is
Hmm.
mutable. Uh, uh, so can the keys repeat? I mean to say,
It should not. It should have unique.
yes, exactly. The keys always is immutable, right?
Hmm.
So keys should be unique.
Hmm.
So that is one requirement here. So, and it uses a concept called hash tables. So
Okay.
allowing for faster retrieval of the values based on the keys. So it's basically like how we access our dictionary with our ABC,
Hmm.
A
Table
letter
in
words,
particular
and
page
then
number.
yes, yes, we just traverse it. It's in a very, very similar manner.
Okay.
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 So let's create a dictionary object. So how are
Mm-hmm.
we going to create a dictionary? We will be using a direct, for now, I'll be using curly brace only. We'll see the other method of creating dictionary also.
Okay.
X underscore DACT. So this is a dictionary object. I'm going to create it. So for this dictionary object, we will be using a curly braces. You see, uh,
Yes.
we can have the name entered here. Deepa is 25 city and
So
C.
multiple key value pairs can be inserted at a time.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
multiple values can be inserted. So it is so there as well in list also we can do a multiple, but once inserted, I think the next step we were not able to do. We were able to do one by one.
No, yesterday
So
when we try to insert, it is taking one. It is giving the error kind of only one can be inserted.
correct, correct. While inserting it can be one by one. So here
Mm.
let's
Append
see
also.
how this
Mm.
appending, inserting both. It was taking only one at a time,
Mm.
right? So here let's see. So now we have inserted this particular key value pair. This is one for me. So now let's print and see. So this basically has a name, Deepa, age is this, city is X, right? So this object is generally, if when we are going to see the type of this object, type of X dictionary, this will be of the type
String.
DACT.
Okay, class ticked. Okay.
Yes, so it will be of a type dictionary. So now let's see what are the inbuilt functions that are present for this X dictionary, DACT. See, here, in case I wanted to do an update, right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
I'm accessing this element by the keys. So what
Mm.
is my key here? Name is my key, age is the key, city is
Mm.
another key. So
Mm.
if at all I wanted to update some value here to make
Okay.
it as 25 to 26. So then
So
this becomes the change. This is how you generally, it is mutable, not, it
mm.
is not immutable,
Mm.
right? So it is mutable. So we can update the values using by accessing the keys then and there.
Okay.
So the other things that we can do with this particular DACT is we can also remove some items, right? So how do
Mm.
we remove some items? Dot
Dot remove.
top. we have
Okay.
something called pop.
Oh. Hmm.
So here, this pop basically what it does is it will ask for a key. So in case
Okay.
I don't want, assume that I don't want age, I just want the city alone, right? So here what I do, I just pop that, right? So when you are popping out a particular value, along with the value, the element that is the key and a value both gets removed. So it
Hmm.
doesn't like remove one particular value alone and key is retained. No, it removes both. Okay, let's see. You have um, X underscore dictionary. So with this, you will be able to access the functions there. So
Mm-hmm.
here we have, this has some of the functions, but I
Mm-hmm.
think here it is not, maybe the IntelliSense is not working that well. So either you saw how to remove it, it is like using
Hmm.
pop, and if at all you want to clear all the items, so there is a function called clear. Yeah, clear is there. So this
Okay.
has almost all the functionality to clear everything inside the dictionary. So my dot clear, once you give, it removes everything, putting everything there. Okay, so everything is clear. And finally, it is now if we are going to print X dictionary, we should not be able to see anything. That's what this has also displayed now. So it has cleared everything, and you see, you don't have
None.
anything inside. So
Hmm.
only thing with what we have is none. So instead of null in Python, we use none. So
None. Okay. And remove
and
pop. Delete.
yeah,
Delete actually. Hmm.
delete is pop, right? So here we can also make use of, so I'm recreating this dictionary. So I'm creating this dictionary again, and I wanted to show you for this particular dictionary. So how many items are there? How many values are there? So those things can also be accessed here.
Dot
So
count. Dot.
dot, there is something called keys.
Okay.
So if you just call this keys, what it does is it basically displays all the elements of the dictionary. You see, it is displaying all the keys alone. If at all you want the values of these keys alone to be displayed, you can also do that with this values. So it just displays the values alone.
Okay. Hmm. Either you can print separate keys or separate values.
Yes. And also what you can do is, if at all you want to know what are the items that are present inside, there is called one function called items dot items. So that will return as key value pair. You see,
Okay.
name Deepa, age is this, city is NC.
Okay.
Right. So similarly, these are some of the useful functions that you can see to retrieve the data and then look into and get more deeper insights from the dictionary itself as this object.
Okay.
Okay. So
Hmm.
the difference between the dictionary and a tuple. So you can also create a dictionary in this way, where you x underscore dact1. Okay. So here I can mention something like this also. Dict of name, age, city, and print dict one. So this is also the other way to create my dictionary,
Dictionary. Okay.
right? So if I don't know like what brackets to use, right? I don't
Use.
remember
Okay.
either it's a
Hmm.
curly brace or a square bracket or a small bracket, which I need to use. So we can directly go with DACT off, and you can just enter the values then and there. Okay, so this is also the other way of creating a dictionary object,
Okay.
right? So the dictionary object is clear, Deepa, for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So now we'll go to something called set in Python.
Mm.
So what are the sets? So what did you go through on the set side, Deepa? What do you understand by a set? How different it is from a dictionary or something?
I didn't go through it. I just saw there are four types of structures, data
Ah,
structures, four or
okay.
five. Set and frozen
Okay.
set also.
Right, right. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So, so set is in the Python is also an unordered collection of unique items,
Okay.
and this is immutable. So,
Mm.
it is one of the Python's built-in data types, similar to that of list, tuples, and dictionary, but with some key features what this set has. So, one, it's an unordered collection that you know, and the second
Okay.
part is it is immutable. Okay.
Mm.
So, elements in the set do not have any specific order. So basically, you cannot access them by an index. So that's one property to note down on a set paper. So since they are unordered, you cannot access them by indexes. So that is not allowed. And order of elements may change every time the set is used. So the orders can be changed every time depending on, right? And the set automatically handles the duplicate values. So if you are going to try to add a duplicate element, that will be ignored. And only one instance of that element will be stored in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if at all
Mm.
you are going to try inserting a duplicate element into a set, it knows that it is no, it's a duplicate and it retains only one of this site.
Same for dictionary also.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And so you can, but in dictionary we have key and value pairs. Here we
Mm.
will not be having any keys. It will be directly
Okay.
the values which will be displayed in a curly braces.
Mm.
Let's see how to create a set now. So I'm naming it as my set equal to, and I'm going to create three values to my set. So this set, what will happen? This will basically contain all the three values, banana, cherry, and apple, putting together, right?
Mm.
So here, as you see,
Order.
there are, yeah, it's unordered basically,
Mm.
right? So
Mm.
banana, cherry, and apple is there. So it's unordered, so kind of like, so you cannot access it by indexes. So
Mm.
like, give me the first item or something like that. If we are saying,
Okay.
right? Let's see. See, it is giving an error. What is the error?
That
Set
object
object
not.
is not subscriptable. You see, basically, I'm trying to have an index added to this. I
Mm.
cannot access that particular element like 0, 1, 2. If at all I need to access that element, how I can do?
You have to
Uh,
directly give the name, value.
yes. So even
Double
directly
quotes.
I cannot give. Even directly I cannot give the name.
Maybe double quotes exact word or
Uh, yes. No, it is,
oh.
see, in a set, so how do you then access the elements of a set? So this becomes a more challenging problem for us then, right?
Mm. Mm.
So if a particular element is created and we are not able to access the element, then what is the use of creating that set?
Mm.
Right? Okay.
Mm.
So let's see. So here, as you can see, you can either directly use print my set. Let's see
Mm.
how to make use of this set further. What are the operators that we are having here and how to
Okay.
make some meaningful information out of the sets. So here basically I wanted to add some elements to this set. So how I can do that? So basically I need to call my set dot. So I wanted to add a particular element to my set. So I wanted to have orange added to my set,
Mm.
right? So I can just click on dot add and then say orange. It will display orange,
Okay.
right? So how to remove some element? So I recently wanted to remove a particular element.
Pop.
So yeah, my set, my underscore set dot remove. So I newly added orange. So now I
Mm.
wanted to remove that orange from here. I'll do it in the next line. Okay. So I'll remove that orange. So now you can see the newly added element, whatever I wanted to remove, I just removed that particular element.
Okay.
Right. So adding you have done, removal you have done. Let's see what other operations a set has. Okay. So there is, let's also create one more set here. My set 1 equal to. So now I'm going to create another set here. Okay. And
Mm.
let me remove this step. So in my first set, I'm going to have orange there added
Mm.
again. So now it has 4 elements. My set 1 has now 3 elements only. So apple, banana, and cherry.
Mm.
These 3 elements are there in this set. Okay.
Mm.
So now we will be seeing how can we see the difference between one
Mm.
set and the another.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we have 2 sets. My set 1 has this value. So now let's see the difference between 2 sets. So what is the function for difference? So we just say
Okay.
difference of, or
My set
first
one,
let's
my set
see,
one.
yeah, or what we can also do is differences in 2 ways, but I'll go with a more simpler way. So it's like my set.
You didn't give print, right, for this?
Ye- yes, no, that's another issue, but yeah, okay, okay, yeah.
Mm.
Yes. So basically, here what it does is you can also get a difference between from one set to another. So you can
Okay.
basically use this operator to find the difference. And you can also use the keywords intersection or that operators also, for example, in some set. So for example, this has various functions there. So one is add. So in the particular set, if you wanted to add any elements,
Mm.
you
Out
can make,
in the bracket.
yeah, not in the bracket. Let me go to the new line. Okay. So, or before printing, my set dot add, right?
Mm.
So here I can mention the new element name. Basically, I'll say this as, uh,
Mango.
yeah, mango. Yes, that will be my new element. I can just add this element and print and see the same print of my set.
Mm.
So now this mango also got added, but you see the mango should have got added at the last, right? Because that was a new
Mm.
element that we got added. But you
But
see where it
since
got inserted?
set is unordered.
Yes, since because it is unordered, it doesn't take things in the same order of insertion. Unlike
Mm.
our list or other types like tuple as well, it doesn't take any specific way in which things get ordered. It doesn't consider that. So it just
Mm.
orders it by itself and it takes that element.
Mm.
And maybe wherever it feels like it inserts that element.
Okay.
So this is about the sets, Deepa. So so in case I'm going to reinsert one more item into this set, the for our question, right? Again, we are inserting mango, right? I have re-executed this step, or for your confirmation, let me do once again. So let me add mango here once again. Okay. So now my set dot add, I just added mango. So now it is just displaying both. Now let's see what is that. You see, added mango 2 times, right? Though I'm inserting it multiple times, I'm just getting it only once,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
right? So as we saw for the sets rule, though the items are getting repeated,
Hmm.
set basically makes sure that the items, whatever we are having, are unique
No
only.
duplicate.
So it removes the duplicate by itself,
Okay.
which means it doesn't keep the duplicates into the R set. It just deletes that by default.
Okay.
Right? So this is the way of having the set, Deepa.
Hmm.
So basically, there is something called frozen set also. This frozen set is something like the difference between a frozen set and a normal set is frozen set doesn't allow you to do any insertions, new records. It will
Okay.
not allow
Hmm.
us to.
Once created, it is frozen.
It is frozen forever. The same concept applies for a tuple, frozen dictionary,
Hmm.
frozen
Oh, okay.
set. Everything there is a same concept called frozen is there,
Okay.
right? So, but mostly what we'll be using is we'll be using a frozen set only. So because that's
Hmm.
where some of the operations that we might be performing can be useful.
Okay.
So we just have it as a frozen set. So how to create a frozen set? So my set underscore frozen, right? So that will be the name of my set. So here
Hmm.
I'll be mentioning it as frozen set, and then I'll be directly mentioning the values here. Okay. So I have now created a frozen set. So this has this values,
Hmm.
banana, cherry, and apple. Though I inserted apple, banana, and cherry, it is stored as banana, cherry, and apple. Because this is also unordered only. Let's see in case it is allowing us for any methods for
Operation.
this.
Manipulation. Hmm.
You see, it is just showing us the default method, copy alone is there. We do not have any other inbuilt methods for this. So like our previous set, if at all, yeah, you see that frozen set has no attribute to add any elements.
Hmm.
So whatever elements that are there inside a frozen set are as it is, no additions, nothing can be modified.
Done. Okay.
Okay. Now what we'll do is, now let's make use of our loop and other things, for loops and others, in order to traverse some of these elements, such as these
Hmm.
sets, frozen sets, and let's loop through some of these elements to see
Retriever
like
also
how,
we were not able to get right that particular value retrieving
where?
in
Here.
this book set and list. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Dict.
So value by, you mean to by my indexes, you mean
Yeah.
accessing it by 0, 1.
Hmm.
Let's see that.
Retrieving.
Whenever we have a doubt, we should type and see, right?
Hmm.
It is not. Set is not. So set cannot be indexed. That's true. But let's see for frozen set also. Frozen set of,
But there should be some way to retrieve the value, right?
yes. So the retrieval of these values, once it is stored, yes,
Mm.
for that only we are going to see. Yes, we'll be doing that now. Right. So for retrieval of values, yes, we are going to work on that now, Deepa. I thought you wanted to see if we are able to access it by the elements there alone. So frozen set also, it will not allow. So
Hello. Okay.
you can just see that. But now let's see how are we going to retrieve the values for these
Mm.
sets and all the objects that we have created. Okay. So now we have elements that are there here. So let's take this set itself, which we were not able to retrieve these values and take these values and all. Let's try it out. Right.
Mm.
So before trying it, I think we had created tuple as well. So let's create one more tuple also here. X underscore or my underscore tuple. So in my tuple, I'm going to have these three values. Okay. Apple, banana, and cherry.
Okay.
Here, I'm going to make use of the for loop. So here what I'm saying, for the value of X, which is in my tuple, you print the value of X one by one, like apple,
Okay.
banana, and cherry. So now, what do you think it will do? Will it give us the value 1, 2, 3, or it will give the actual values itself? Will
Actual
it give
values
us
only.
actual values only, right?
Mm.
Because here
Mm.
what is happening, this is the indexes it will be
Mm.
taking. So it will basically take the index of this 0, 1, 2, and then pass on that index for each value of x. So now a tuple of 0 will be apple, tuple of 1 will be banana, and cherry 2 will be cherry. So now when we are going to see this, this is going to give us the values in this order.
Mm.
Okay. So this happens for a tuple, right? So now let's reuse the same for our set. So I think we already have values defined for our set. So
Mm.
I'm not going to use that. So I'm
My
just
set frozen
going to
equal to.
say my underscore set. Okay. So
Mm.
now I'm going to see the items in the set. You see here,
Mm.
my first item in this set is banana. Next is apple, next is mango, orange, and cherry.
Okay.
So whenever you are going to access particular elements from a set, you might need to make use of for loops or something.
Mm.
Whenever you wanted to retrieve the values of these items.
But if we want to retrieve only one particular value,
Yes. If we want to retrieve only one particular value,
mm.
in that case, what we might have to do is, there is something called, we are going to see about something called break and continue statements there, right?
Okay. So
Yeah, right. So what we'll do is
okay,
we'll put a
okay.
break statement after retrieving one particular value. So I'll just
Mm-hmm.
going to break this loop after this. Okay. Now you see, I just get only banana,
Mm.
right? So it basically comes out of the loop, and then we'll be seeing the directly the values there as it is.
You cannot see if particular grape is existing or not.
Inside a set, right?
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. So this
Ex-
is also something that I want you to note down,
mm.
Deepa, as part of our assignments. For you already had the two things that was that you are supposed to work. To take your
Mm.
time for this week, please add this part as well to your list. Try accessing the elements of a set, tuple,
Mm.
list by directly trying to call them by its name and then trying to see if you are able to access these elements.
Okay.
right? So you can note this down also.
Yeah. Hmm.
Right. So
Okay.
you can basically note this question as well. So whenever you are supposed to access it by index,
Hmm.
right? So what happens is you can basically convert one item to another item. So for
Mm-hmm.
example, I can say I want to convert my set as a list, right? So I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to
You
create
can
my
convert.
list. Yeah, my underscore list I'll be creating, and I say convert this as a list. So I'll be saying list of my underscore set. Okay, and
Hmm.
print my list. You see, this basically converts my set into a list, right? And and then once my list is getting converted, I'll be able to access all these items
Okay.
in this way, right? But I want you to explore the other options also. There are other options also, Deepa, for this.
Okay.
So that is what I have given you as an assignment. But what you can do
Hmm.
is you can basically convert it and then access the items.
Okay.
Right? So this is something you keep in mind. Maybe once we start for next class, we will be checking the assignment questions. Now let's
Hmm.
move on to this looping part itself, right? So we are accessing the items in the set in this manner, and then we display these items. So now I showed you on how to break this. So in case you wanted to break it after the
First
first
value.
iteration,
Hmm.
first iteration is completed, then only one value gets displayed. You make use of this break statement there, right? And next part is basically I'm going to create, so there are two sets I'll be creating, right? So or two list I'll be creating, list elements. So I'm going to say um, ATJ or properties. Okay, PROP. So I'm going to say it is three colors: red, blue, and green. So this is what what kind of a element item I have created now.
Because it is square bracket, it is list.
Yes, correct. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going
You
to
can
have.
access the index.
Yes, exactly. So no, not per indexes. I wanted to show you something else. See here
Hmm.
now I have created another item: apple, blueberry, and guava.
Hmm.
Okay. Now I'm going to use more than one for loop, which is
Okay.
one for loop inside another. Okay.
Hmm.
So one for loop is going to retrieve the items as per my prop.
Hmm.
My second for loop is going to
Hmm.
insert the elements as per fruits. Okay. So what I should be having is if a color red is there, then apple should
Then
come
it will
after
go
that.
into. Hmm.
Yes. And
It
then
will
if a,
iterate through the entire fruits and then
yes,
go back to the
yes,
next value in the X. So red apple, red
exactly.
blueberry, red guava. Then
Yes,
blue apple, blue blueberry, green, sorry, blue guava.
Goa.
Then
Yeah,
green.
exactly. And then
Okay.
it goes to green. So
Hmm.
this is what it does. It basically finishes the outer loop. It
Hmm.
takes first element. and then it finishes the inner loop. Next, it goes to the second element of outer loop, and then again it goes, and the same way, right?
Hmm.
So now let's see how it is doing. This is what I wanted the loop to do. Let's see it is doing it right.
Hmm.
Red apple, red blueberry, red go,
Hmm.
right? So after this particular element is done, okay, this will also be one more assignment question for you for this week, Deepa.
Hmm.
See,
Hmm.
here I got red three times, right?
Hmm.
So instead, I should be getting red for apple, blue for blueberry, and green for guava.
Hmm.
Only once I want this to happen. Okay. So I don't want this.
Okay. So it has to break after for y in fruits, print
Yes,
xy,
yes,
break.
yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
Print xy. So it means it needs to, so it should not be, see, if I'm going to add a break here alone, so maybe, uh,
Hmm.
yeah.
Break only y
If I,
loop.
sorry, break only one. Yes, exactly. Break only
Break only
y.
y loop,
Yeah,
not
y.
x loop.
Correct.
Hmm.
Yes. Right. So you
Next,
just need to break it. So
next
this
click on
break is
execute.
basically for the while loop. Yeah, let's see.
Hmm. Red apple.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Blue apple, green apple. No, we have to traverse
Yes.
for y
Exactly.
also.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So then x also, then another break for x
Yeah.
also.
Correct. So you try it out and
Hmm.
you come with the
Okay.
correct response for this thing
Hmm.
during our
Okay.
next class. Please note down this question as well,
Hmm.
along with the previous.
So when you have shared that Google Colab link, so what is this page that I can see?
This is the
Do we
same.
have?
This is the same. Yeah, you should be able to see this. Line 47, you should be able to see this.
Yesterday I have requested for access
Mm-hmm.
for this
Okay.
Google Colab.
Okay. Did you
Hmm.
get access?
Except
I actually I actually get a notification once
sign
you
in,
request for
welcome to
access.
Colab.
Uh, Deepa. Let me see if I have got
Because I'm
any.
not seeing anybody's pages here.
1 minute. I think your
Hmm.
access is there. I'm granting you access. Just a minute. It is coming up. Raghav, Sashi. Okay. Now you should be able to access Deepa.
Mhm. Entitled Welcome to Collab Examples, New Notebook, External, okay, charts in Collab Markdown, getting started with BigQuery. What? No, let me share my screen.
Okay.
Mm, Connect, run all, copy to drive. Where can I find ours?
Uh, this is the same notebook only, collab.
Hmm. 1 second. Share.
Uh, Click. Okay. I'm not able to see. Yeah, I'm able to see your screen now.
Hmm. This is all table of contents. Project type.
Uh, is this notebook is not, you're not able to see my notebook? Mm, no, this is not the notebook. I think, uh, let me reshare the link with you again.
Okay.
See if you are able to access this.
Okay. Do we have any page name for this? It will be on the main page.
Yeah, this is the page only. I think this is the
Okay.
page. So you can just view this line number 47 we have.
Okay. Mm. I'm saving.
Okay, so this is where our working area, everything will be here.
Mm.
Right, so we
Okay.
got through break. We saw about the nested loops and how to loop through via the indexes of these sets or tuples.
Mm.
And we'll quickly see something, and then we'll take a break for 5 minutes before we begin the next topic.
Mm.
Okay, so next we will be seeing um, on the same loop only,
Mm.
we have created these two list items,
Mm.
right? So these two list items we created. Let's create a tuple.
Okay.
So tuple 1 equal to tuple of,
You're not sharing now.
oh, I'm not sharing, I'm sorry.
Because
I
I took
thought
the
it was
control.
sharing. Yeah, sorry. Yes. Okay, you should be able to see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I created a tuple 1 with these three fruit names, and I'm creating a tuple 2 with something called 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
and I'm creating a tuple 3. So for
Mm.
this tuple 3, what I'm saying is I want to add tuple 1 and tuple 2.
Will it work? I want to think our every value is an independent entity, so it should take
Okay, so what do you think will be the output of this?
apple, blueberry, guava, comma 1, comma 2, comma 3. Since tuple is ordered fashion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see what it is doing.
Error?
Yes,
It took. Yeah.
exactly. So this is doing the same way. So basically, whenever you are adding these tuples, it
Mm.
is basically doing that.
Mm.
Okay, so this is for addition. We did try this. Now let's go on. So I'm saying a similar, I'm creating a, so I'm reusing the tuple 1 here. Okay, so multiply tuple. Okay, so here I'm saying multiply tuple, I'm creating 1 and I'm saying into 2. Now, what do you think it will do?
Tuple 1 into 2 can't be performed because those are not numeric. Will it? No. Twice also it will not print. We should get error.
Mhm. Should get error. Okay, why you think it will be getting error, Deepa?
String and numeric operation.
Okay, okay, for that reason, okay. No,
It
see,
is repeated.
here
Mm.
it will not, see here, basically into 2, what I'm saying is, it's basically take the tuple, repeat it 2
Repeat
times.
it twice. Okay.
Here, one thing to note, Deepa, when we are going to perform some mathematical operations, the
Mm.
operation is done on the index of that element. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, tuple of
Not on the
z-
value of the element.
not on the value. So, for example, on the index, it is going to multiply by 2, which means 2 times that index.
Okay.
And similarly, for a tuple of 1, it is going to go and then multiply it by 2. So 2 times that value. So similarly, for each of these, it is going to multiply by 2 and then display. Hence, this is showing us each of the items 2 times, as you can see.
Okay. So it is not looking at the content, just repeating it. It can be integer
Yes,
or
yes, yes,
anything. Okay.
exactly, right? So that's what this does, tuples multiplications.
Okay.
So here, for example, if I'm saying divide by 2, so now this multiple tuple is there. Okay. So yeah, let
It
this
can't make
be
it
there.
half.
Can we make it half?
No, we can't. Let's see.
We can, right? So divide tuple. So now what we'll do is we'll make it half. So what we'll do, we'll try to say this tuple 1 by 2. Okay. Let's see what it does. Unsupported
No,
operand,
okay.
right? So it cannot do this. So whatever is meaningful, it does execute that. In case if you are giving something which is totally not making sense, it
Mm.
generally gives an error back to us.
I think only twice will work. Plus, minus, nothing can work.
Yes. Oh, plus will work. Plus we did see, right? So we did add this tuple 1 plus
Yeah.
tuple 2. Yeah, that
Okay.
will work. Minus also we saw set 1 minus set 2 and these things. Only thing
If
is maybe division will not work,
mm,
right?
modulo
So
division.
even,
Okay.
yeah. So instead of this, if I'm also trying with multiply tuple by 2, that will also not work. Though there are two values kind of, but it will not take that, right? Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Fine, Deepa. So the next topic that we'll be seeing out will be lambda functions, and then we'll move on to NumPy. So
Okay.
that topic
Is
will be
is the lambda function same as that AWS lambda?
very similar. Yes, yeah, it's a single line function usually.
Hmm.
So these
Okay.
lambda functions are something like anonymous functions that we call them as. So for
Hmm.
which earlier you saw like we did define a mydef and then defined a
Uh,
function def and
hmm.
then with the keyword. So here you don't
Okay.
have to use it, but I'll tell you where it is more useful kind of. We'll be seeing
Okay.
that shortly after this break.
Okay.
Okay, we'll catch up in another 5 minutes then.
5 minutes.
Three.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. No.
Your background?
Yeah. Yes, Deepa.
Mm.
Yeah. We'll get started.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, okay, let me share my screen again. So till now, what we had seen is Deepa about usual functions only, where certain things where we pre-declare some values or the name of
Mm.
these function, and then it will be expecting a certain parameter, and we supply those parameters.
Mm.
Till that, we saw those kind of functions only.
Mm.
But there is one special kind of function, what we'll be saying now. These guys are called as lambda functions. Okay. So you are mentioning about a function in AWS. What was that, Deepa? Have you used something similar? What is that?
I'm trying to, I know the concept in that is like serverless, maybe pipeline kind of very close to Jenkins. Um, when we don't have any server, if you want to go for serverless architecture, okay, it builds,
Okay.
for a particular example for a website, if it is up and running and if it is showing Gmail or not.
Uh-huh.
So when we write a lambda function, we have to declare like for every 1 minute or 2 minutes when the server has to run, and you will get the bill accordingly.
Okay.
You created a
Okay.
website,
Uh-huh.
okay, and you have only 5 customers, okay, but you
Yeah.
don't want to set up the hardware, infrastructure, everything, right? And if
Uh-huh.
you keep the server open for 24 hours, we don't know that 5 customers also they will use or not, or when they will use.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, so this
Okay. So
AWS
it's
and all, it is.
like a need-based kind of function where you
Mm-mm.
just call it. Yes, yeah, very similar, very similar. So here as well.
Okay.
So
So this
yes.
lambda
So
function should not have, I mean, it has maximum timeout limit as 15 minutes.
No,
So,
here it doesn't
mm,
have anything. So, but
okay.
generally, as you rightly mentioned, this gets called inside a nested function kind of, right? So it is
Mm-hmm.
really useful in
Okay.
some of that scenarios. But we'll see what this lambda function is. This is a very small anonymous function, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and it can take any number of arguments. But the only limitation of this function is it can have only one expression, right? So let's first see how to define this lambda function. Okay.
Okay.
So here I'm going to say x underscore lambda. So this will be my function. Okay.
Mm.
So for this function, what I'll do is I'm just going to say a keyword called lambda. And for this lambda keyword, I will basically pass on this values. Okay. So here's you see what I'm doing. I'm just saying a equal to a plus 10.
Okay.
So
And
now when in our usual function, whenever we are passing the variable what you are going to pass on to the function,
mm,
plus the variable what I'm going to use it within my function has to be the same, right? But here it doesn't ask you for any parameter like x or y
uh,
kind of. You are just directly using a
current
colon
value.
a
Okay.
plus 5,
So
right?
that x
A plus,
underscore lambda will be taking the argument 5,
yes. And
execute
this will
5
in
plus 10
turn
and
be
store in a
calling
value.
this lambda. Exactly.
Mm.
So what is this x underscore lambda? It is nothing but a lambda function.
Mm.
So what this lambda function does, whatever value I'm going to supply, it is just going to take the value of a as 5, 5 plus 10, and it should be
Mm.
displaying me 15,
Okay.
right? Let's see
Mm.
that in action. So now what it has done, you see, this particular function, by default, it has taken the value of a as 5 and then just displayed 15 as my result.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So this is one way of calling this lambda function. Let's try some more complex scenario for the same. So x underscore L A B D A lambda multiply. So here what I'm going to say, I'm just going to display the same variable lambda. So instead of one argument as I
Parameter.
passed on, now I'm going to give two values,
Mm.
right? So now
Okay.
let's take this argument as it is. And now let's start. So what do you think will be the value once we supply this to our lambda function?
30.
Right? So basically what it is doing is for A and B, it is taking this value, whatever I have supplied,
5
and
into
then it
6.
is taking it and then multiplying that result and then passing on that result to my x underscore lambda multiplication. Right? So this will basically give me a value of 30
Mm.
there. Right? So this is kind of like a straightforward. So
So,
similarly, we can also make it,
see, I
yeah.
think what they did is generally what we have to do, okay, lambda a
Hmm.
of, then inside int a
Uh-huh.
equal to 10 or int a,
Uh-huh. Yes.
then close it and then call the function with lambda of a.
Ah,
All these 5 to 6 steps, they have combined it into one single step.
exactly. That's how it is working there in the background. So they have
Mm.
merged everything and put it together in a much more simpler
Simple one
manner.
liner.
So like this, and then we are just reusing the same,
Okay.
right?
So you
So
don't have
this
to
is
put before that lambda?
nothing. No, you
Okay.
don't have to. You don't have to, because it is defined. The function itself named itself as an anonymous function. So that's for that reason. So
Mm-hmm.
which is I do not know what the function is going to do.
Mm.
So, but I have created a function called lambda, and this function will be taking these many arguments. So all these things will be happening in an anonymous way. So nothing is
Mm.
predefined for this function.
So in Python, instead of print, can we type return also?
Yes, in Python we can also do return, but
Mm.
return is generally given only for functions. So we
Mm.
are going to see an example exactly for your question. That will be our next
Mm.
part. So the same thing can be done for multiple parameters also. So for example, instead of this is multiplication. So if you want to supply three parameters, how we will do,
5, comma 6,
Deepa?
comma 7.
So I want to add three numbers. Can you help me with the lambda function for the same?
Okay. X underscore lambda 3 equal to
Okay.
lambda of A, comma B, comma C. Yeah. Anything, the operation you want to perform.
Lambda of A comma B comma C. Okay.
Mm. Equal to or A into B into C or anything. Any
Okay.
numerical
So
operation.
A plus B plus C.
Mm.
And then I want
Then
to uh, B plus C.
to print X
What?
underscore lambda underscore 3. Inside,
Yes.
pass the values for 5, comma 6, comma 7.
Right. So this is how you create, and then as you mention the number of arguments. So
Mm.
what happens if I'm just going to supply 5 and 6 only?
It
I'm not
should fail
supplying three,
or
right?
it will just show 11. Okay.
Yes.
Insufficient
It should.
argument or what is the error?
Yes, missing
Required
one
position.
required positional argument C, right?
So can we
So in a
pass 5,
function,
comma 6, comma A?
comma
A. I mean, a letter, character.
A,
Because we are
okay,
not defining any type.
yes, A is not defined.
So maybe A is
Uh,
already there, that is why, or.
no, 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 no. A, see, when you are going to have something used here,
Hmm.
you have to define the value of A. But you have defined the value of A as a lambda, which is anonymous and which is going to be called at the when you are going to execute only, this will get called,
Hmm.
that A
That's
value.
what I mean. Instead of A, if we can put Z, will it show 30? Because plus is taking in tuple, right?
No, plus is taking in tuple, but here also it will not take. See,
Okay.
here
Variable.
this has to be only the same variables only. So it cannot be
Hmm.
anything else there. So it can be 5, 6, any numbers, numerical variables you can give. But in case if
Hmm.
you are going to change the type and then do this, this will not take it.
So
Like our
basically, lambda
tuple
is for
example.
numerical operations only.
Exactly. The functions, no, it depends on like what are you going to do with that, right? So mostly for a numerical operations like this. If your
Hmm.
function is for adding these values or retrieving, or you can also create a function maybe to concatenate three string values. If you are going to define your function in that way, then it might be taking all the string values, whatever
Hmm.
you are going to supply, right? But it has to be but can have only one expression of this, and yeah, that's about this lambda functions,
Okay.
right? So now what we will be doing is the power of this lambda function is better known when we are using them as anonymous functions inside another function. So
Hmm.
the for your previous question on can we use return and that, what we'll do
Hmm.
is let's define a function. So we'll be defining this function as my
Hmm.
function, right? And here for a function, I'm going to return a lambda function as a return parameter. Okay, you see
Hmm.
here. So any
Hmm.
function when we are going to do, it can also do a return value. So how you have to give a return value? You have to give that return value within that function. And what that function will be doing, we'll have to, usually what we'll do is if lambda was not there, we would have defined what this function will do. But here if you see it is looking like an empty function only, but only thing that is it is doing is it is calling that lambda, right? So lambda a colon a into
Hmm.
n. See
Okay.
here,
So,
yeah.
uh,
Hmm.
from my function n2, it will go to my function of 2. It will take the 2,
Uh, uh-huh.
go inside, return
Hmm.
lambda 2 into,
Hmm. Hmm.
no, because n value
Hmm.
is 2. But we are not,
Uh-huh.
okay, doubler. This 11 value is going for y or no, right?
No, no, I'll tell you what is happening. What is the flow of this execution? I'll tell you.
Mm.
See, now
Mm.
you first define this function and this function gets defined now. So what it will do? So it will take an argument n. This my function will take an argument n, which will
Mm.
be here. Let's go to the first line. So this my function will take an argument of value of 2 for n.
Okay.
Okay. Now what it does, it goes to this return value. So
Mm.
it is saying a lambda function is having a value of a
Mm.
and then a into 2. So it
Mm.
basically takes this value a and then it just says a multiplied by 2.
Mm.
Okay. So this alone is stored in this line for now. Okay.
Okay.
Next, what I'm doing, I'm defining a new function called for this my doubler, right? So this is my doubler. So I'm saving the result of this. If you closely watch this, I'm saving the result, whatever it is returning, lambda equal colon a equal to a into n. I'm storing this result into my doubler.
Okay.
Okay, that is my
Mm.
first thing. So now what I'm
Mm.
doing, I'm saying I'm passing on a value of 11 to my doubler. So you see how you pass on values for a lambda function? You
Mm.
just call that where the value is getting stored, you just call that, right? You don't call the lambda instead, right? So to that value where this lambda expression is stored, you pass on the arguments, right? The same thing I'm doing here. So I'm saying I'm calling this my doubler and then I'm passing on a value of 11 to this my doubler. So what happens, already a 2 value was passed to this. So which becomes
Mm.
2 into n. So 2,
Mm.
2 into a. So now I'm passing on 11, which will make it 11 into 2, right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
it basically passes on 11 to this my doubler function. And this my doubler again in turn calls my lambda function, what is getting returned. And then that value is now associated. So it becomes 2 times 11, which will be 22 is what we should be getting the output as,
Okay.
right?
But we are
So,
not declaring like, see, my
uh,
doubler of 11. But we are, my doubler is not a function here.
correct.
How is it taking 11 value?
Okay. I'll tell you the same question here. X underscore lambda underscore 3, is this a function or not?
It is not, but we are passing with lambda, right? Equal to lambda of a comma b comma c. But here
Right.
for a
Here also
doubler,
what I'm doing. Yes, here also what I'm doing, instead of saying equal to lambda, this
hmm,
value will be returned, right, for my function. So basically, what it does is this function is going to return this value. Okay, or I'll show you. Maybe I think you didn't see about returning a function, so maybe that's why you have a slight confusion on what does, right? So my function test. Okay, so I'm saying I'm defining a function like this, Deepa, right? So in this function, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say um, a is equal to a plus um, no, I want to take on this argument, right? So basically instead of 2, I should be saying n, a equal to a
In
plus n.
plus n.
A plus n. Okay.
Hmm.
So I'm just going to define this as my function.
Hmm.
So now I'll need to declare a value of a. A is equal to 10 or something. I'm declaring it here.
Return
Okay. Now I'm going to say return
my
a.
function test. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to return a value a to this.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
We are
So
not
this function
passing
is now saved.
value for n.
This function I
Okay.
have saved now. I'm going to
Hmm.
call this function now. Okay. So my function underscore test, I'll be passing on a value to this.
Hmm.
Okay. So now what it is doing?
For n,
My
you are
function,
passing 5 value.
yes.
A equal to
So
10 plus 5. So it should be
1 minute.
15.
It is showing some error. Cannot access a local variable A where it is not associated with the
Associated with
value.
the value.
Okay.
That value should be declared inside the my function test.
Yes, yes, yes. No, here what has happened is,
Hmm.
yes, since you asked me for this, this was my next concept I wanted to teach. Let me teach this
Hmm.
now. See, there are two kinds of variables, Deepa. One is a local
Hmm.
variable and a global variable.
Global. Okay.
So once you are going to declare a variable as global,
Hmm.
A is equal to global A,
It
right?
can be accessed anywhere.
Exactly. So with the keyword global it is just common across, right? So you can say now I can make the value of a visible
Hmm.
to my function across, right?
Okay.
So this particular function or a value, if I'm going to use this global keyword, this makes it global, or whatever value that I'm going to use, I should be using that value inside my function itself.
Hmm.
Okay, or else that particular value will become inaccessible outside.
Okay.
So what value you will be using inside a function should be inside that, or if you are going to declare it with the outside a function, then you
Hmm.
might have to make that particular variable as a global variable
Okay.
with the keyword as global.
Okay.
So you can define that global variable and then with the keyword global and then make that accessible outside as well. So in that case, it will not throw any error for us. Okay. So now what we are going to do is, now I'm saying this is going to return this value. Now you see it is not asking me any error because I have declared this particular value already inside a loop, or I can also make it as global and then declare this.
Value. Okay.
Okay. See, now for your previous question, see now what is happening? I'm returning A.
Hmm.
So the return value of A is what? 50.
Hmm.
Correct? So that
Hmm.
15 is what is getting given whenever I'm going to call that function, my function test,
Hmm.
right? So a very similar manner here as well, you will be, so here what is happening? What is getting returned?
n value 2. Okay. A
Uh, A equal to 2 into N,
into
right?
A into 2.
2 into A, right?
Mm.
A is equal
Mm.
to 2A. 2 into
Okay.
A, it is getting written.
Right.
So it is returning A equal to 2 into A. So when it is returning, I am
Mm.
saying to this function, substitute the value of A
Mm.
also, because this is, since it's a lambda function, it can
Mm.
be called anonymously.
Mm.
Unlike our usual calls that we are generally making, we can call it anonymously. You don't have
Okay.
to define a particular name for this. Instead, only thing you need is where this function is to be called, you have to call it by that particular variable name where it is getting stored.
So in the my doubler step, you will have the value A into N will be stored,
Exactly. In the my
right?
doubler step, this value
Mm.
will be stored. And
A
then
into
once
N.
this 11 is getting passed on, it takes the value of A as
Okay.
11. So 11
Mm.
into 2 becomes.
Mm.
Okay, since
Okay.
it is stored, it will not be literally stored as A into N. So it will be
Mm.
getting stored as lambda of. So that's when my function knows, like, okay, whenever a lambda is argument is used, which means it
Mm.
is becoming an anonymous function, and I can call this particular function value.
Okay. Because you have given lambda A colon,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Okay. So A is a lambda variable kind of. It
Exactly,
can be called
exactly,
from anywhere.
exactly. That's what I'm doing here,
Okay.
right? So that's
I
why
thought it
it
is
is
returning back
making it
only
as
to I thought it is returning back only to my function and it will not have access to the my doubler
no.
because the
So
return
this
line
is
is
why,
hmm,
yeah, yeah. Please complete.
return line is inside the my function, right? So I think that lambda is
Yeah,
done there only.
uh, yeah. So since whatever I'm going to call here is, so this function, so when I'm going to call this function only, it gets invoked, right? So for example, here I created a function, I just kept it as it is. It will not be invoked. So when I'm going to call this function, that time only this gets invoked, right? So same
Hmm.
way, here it just stores it and keeps it in the return, but it doesn't get invoked unless until this function is done,
Hmm.
right? So this is the function which calls this lambda, and it stores this value into my doubler.
Hmm.
And in turn, when I'm calling this my doubler with an argument 11, again this return value along with lambda a will get invoked, and then the
Okay.
arguments are getting passed.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought, yeah,
So
that
this,
is what I thought the scope of that return lambda is inside the my function and after that it will be exited.
uh, uh, no, no,
Okay.
it gets invoked once you call that particular function always.
Hmm.
So that's how
Okay.
these anonymous functions generally work.
Okay.
But this is a very important part in usual functions or in
Hmm.
Python itself, as you rightly said in AWS as well, because we never know. It is depending on when you need to invoke it, this kind of functions. You cannot define these functions already.
Hmm.
So it needs to be more dynamic in nature so that whenever you are going to invoke it, that time only it
Hmm.
gets triggered. So it
Okay.
will be kind of like just stored it, and then when once you trigger it, automatically it gets fired,
Okay.
right? So here, the same function. Now I'm going to create one more. Huh? So def my function end. Okay. So the same function I'm going to define, but I wanted to triple the value whatever I'm going to enter it here. The same function only. So here
Mm.
what I'll do, I'll be calling the same function with my function lambda a into n. So here,
Mm.
what do you think will be the result?
11 into 333.
Yes. So basically, similarly, you can create these functions and store it inside the
Mm.
system. So whenever you wanted to do repeated operations again and again, it is
Mm.
enough if you just call these two lines and automatically this function gets invoked along with the lambda as well, lambda values as well.
Okay.
Okay. So now one question is, what if I'm not going to call this?
Means which one? Which
I
line?
mean, this this line.
Uh, then we can't get the n value
Yes,
unless.
the in value itself will we cannot call.
Mm.
So I'm just saying for instead of 11, right? So let
Mm.
me comment this part. Assume I'm not going to supply any value for this function.
Will it take? It won't take like 0. It will give error.
Yes, it should give us an error.
Mm.
What is the
Now we
error?
see one
Missing one
required
positional
function.
argument A. So the A value, if you're not going to return it, it is
Mm.
saying it will miss that value. So basically, we might have to give that value so that it is taking that particular value across. Right. So this is one of the use case of this lambda functions. Right.
Okay.
So this lambda function is quite intuitive in nature. And there are various use cases of this lambda functions. As you already know about one of the use case, what he had mentioned, this is also one of the better use cases of lambda function.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to give you some assignments on this lambda function as well.
Okay. Yeah, it is little tricky to write the program.
No, no, it's okay. You can, as you, I want you to practice, Deepa.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah, that's
reason
what,
of
yeah.
my, yeah, right. So I'm just going to give you very few questions on the lambda function.
Okay.
So you know how to assign a lambda function, how to call the lambda function, and how to use it, multiply, and do things,
Mm.
right? So
Mm.
I'll want you to take a lambda function using lambda function.
Mm.
Um, Basically, I want you to create a function called map. Okay. So I want you to create a function called map,
Mm.
and there are a list of numbers that this map will be taking. So there will be a list of numbers given. So I'm just typing that number in my
Create a
notepad.
function map.
Yes, create a function map, and
And
this function should be taking a list of values. Okay, so I'll give
okay.
you that list here. Are you able to see my notepad, Deepa?
No, no. Only your Python. Okay, now I got.
Ah, you can. Okay,
Mm.
okay. See, uh, create a function called map.
Mm.
Okay, so inside this function,
Mm.
what you have to do is uh, you need to pass on a list of numbers, right?
Okay. Mm.
So a list of numbers, for example, I'm giving you an example only, right?
Mm.
So these will be the list of numbers.
Square
So I'll
bracket
be
of 1 comma A
1,
comma 2
2,
comma B comma
3, comma
Mm.
5, like that. I'm just passing on the list of numbers.
Mm.
Okay. So once you pass on the list of the numbers
Mm.
using lambda functions,
Mm.
I wanted you to print. So the
Mm.
output what I want is I want square of these
Mm.
numbers, right? Um, First part will be the square,
Mm.
and then you make sure the numbers whatever I'm going to pass on, I'll also want the square root of these numbers,
Okay.
square root of these numbers,
Mm.
and also I would like to see cube of these numbers.
Okay.
So whatever number I'm going to pass, and all this to be done only using lambda expressions. Okay. So whatever we are
Mm.
going to do here, you have to make use of lambda expressions and
Mm.
then try to
Mm.
make use of this.
Okay. Can you paste this in the chart?
Yes, I'll do that. So this will be our other assignment question. Okay. Hope you have enough assignment questions
Mm. The week.
for this week, right? Sorry, I forgot to include here. Here, the next part would be um, uh, also
Mm.
display true or false if the element is divisible by 2. Okay, so
Okay.
display true or false as well. So basically what should be displayed is you have to display it with true or false. True or false if the element is divisible by 2. So if it is divisible by 2, you just say true. If it is not, just say false,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
So this will be our assignment question, Deepa. So we are done with till the basics of Python is till this part, Deepa. We will be covering it. So from
Mm.
I'm not sure if we can start, or maybe we have other 10-15 minutes. You want to start NumPy now,
Yes.
or you want to
Yeah,
start it fresh?
we can go, no problem. If you have time. Even tomorrow also I
Yes.
can connect because tomorrow is Sunday for me. But you will
Oh,
go
is
to
it
office.
okay?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And I
No, I
thought
have
of
office
asking,
and yeah,
your group class time is my 11:30 a.m. EST. If
correct.
I don't have any calls or if I am
Yeah, yeah,
good to
please,
make.
you can join. This is the same link. This is the same link.
Okay.
So, which is like my time, my the group class will start by
Mm.
6:30, sorry, 7:30 Muscat time.
Yeah. So
So it
India
will be
9
like,
p.m. my 11:30 a.m. EST.
yes, in India it starts by 9 p.m. Correct.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah,
So
feel
are
free
you
to
too
join.
far in the topics or where are you?
No,
I
we
mean,
are actually there. I have just completed NumPy, or I'm going to
okay.
complete NumPy.
Okay.
So that's the only, we are just different by one single topic alone.
Okay.
Rest other topics we are going to get started now only, because there
Okay.
as well, it's just 1 hour a day, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it takes
That will be
2 days at
slow.
least for me to complete one topic. So for you, I can complete at least one particular thing in a day, one
Mm.
specific kind of a module in a
Mm.
day. But for them, it takes 2 days for me.
So OOPS will not come in the basics of Python.
OOPS concepts, Deepa, here in data science perspective, we'll not be using it much, but
Okay.
maybe if you want, we can specifically see about these OOPS concepts. But
No, no.
here
Wherever
in
I saw
specific to
YouTube videos also, Python full
yeah,
course.
yeah, that's why
Basic
I
course,
didn't
there is
focus
no
much.
OOPS concept. It was always about list tuple, data
Yeah,
variables, data structures, till this point only.
yes. Okay,
And rest all
okay.
maybe each individual libraries, right? NumPy is also individual library.
Yes, yes, yes. All are individual libraries, but each one will be having a lot of inbuilt functionalities. So
Mm.
to cover that only, our most of our time will be focused on that part. And then
Mm.
because we need to start with statistics also, right? So the descriptive
Mm.
statistics, inferential. In that
Mm.
part as well, many libraries we might have to reuse and then start coding kind of.
You will use
So
R also
from
for your statistics?
sorry.
R.
No, no, no. We use only Python. No, no R.
Okay. Okay.
Because R is mostly for college grads and the university students mostly.
Mm.
So for them, it is mostly like R, but here we don't use much. Mostly it is now it has shifted almost, right? Because
Mm.
Python versus R, if you see, R is nowhere closer also now. So it has gone
Mm-hmm.
down last 10 years before only. So we
Oh.
don't want to
But
teach
if
and learn
SAS,
something.
if say SAS needs R, I think that is also statistical.
Yeah,
But
no,
there
SAS is
they will.
also there. See, the
Mm.
problem with SAS is in my organization and all, they are using SAS only. And then
Mm.
mostly in US as well, they'll be using SAS. But these
Mm.
guys are not, unless until now, they have come with something called SAS VIA.
Mm-hmm.
So that is looking like a proper data science workbench. But the licensing cost and these things are quite high there for SAS.
Mm.
The concepts are
Mm-hmm.
one and the same, but the packages, the libraries that are available currently, as in Python,
Mm.
those things are not quite extensively available. You might have to purchase special license for machine learning package, and then, as you know, SAS comes with a very heavy licensing cost
Mm.
always. So
Okay.
that's the reason most of them are not using. Even SAS is even lower than R. The usage is
Mm-hmm.
except in very few companies, organizations. Rest all have long back migrated to Python.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So even
So
in my
Python
previous
alone can
organization,
support
yeah, yeah,
everything.
it can do anything. It can do anything. You see, as I told you in our previous classes also, the Nobel Prize was won. The winner of this Nobel Prize who was won, he was mentioning, I use
Mm.
Python for analyzing my data, looking into the numbers, everything. I just use Python only because that was
Mm.
really helpful for me to know about the intricacies, the patterns difference between the molecules, cells. It was helping me to analyze the data and try to come and help me to do my research properly, right? So even
Mm.
if Google is currently in Python, Gemini is in Python, ChatGPT was built in Python, so everything is in Python.
Okay.
Right? Alexa's, everything is in Python.
Yeah,
Meta,
NLP.
everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything is in Python only. So this is the base kind of. So if you
Mm.
know Python and then you are able to do coding and then do stuffs here and
Mm-hmm.
rest all you will be able to do it in any other language as it is, right? So for
Mm.
us only objective is to learn one language and try to have a deeper understanding in that language.
Okay. Okay.
So the
Mm.
rest others we can learn it as the time passes on based on the requirement, based on the need we can, but
Mm.
deeper expertise should be there in at least one.
Okay.
Okay, so for today's session, since we have some limited time, I'll introduce you to NumPy, but
Okay.
I will not see more details on NumPy. The reason is because it was maybe once this assignment and you are more comfortable working here, we
Mm.
can slowly start importing the packages and start doing
Okay.
things also. That will make more of a logical flow for you as
Okay.
perfect, Deepa. So, NumPy, as you might know already, is a Python library.
Mm.
So, it's a very specific Python library used only for working with
Numerical.
arrays.
Okay.
Okay. So, arrays are what? Arrays are a kind of a specific data type which helps us to store the records in a sequential manner. More of a
Mm.
sequential manner and more of a homogeneous kind of data will be stored inside an array.
Mm.
So what is homogeneous data?
Similar
Homogeneous
pattern.
is
Same
in a
data type.
very same pattern of data only can be stored.
Mm.
So, and this NumPy array also has functions which will be helping us. So why we are learning this NumPy itself is because this is the one which will help us to work in the domain of linear algebra, Fourier transformations, matrices, matrix multiplications, and whatever. So in the once we move on, right, with the
Mm.
data science, as you know, the vectors, the
Mm.
matrices, whatever we are
Mm.
going to be creating, all these have a background on NumPy.
Mm.
So basically, this NumPy was created somewhere like in 2005 or sometime, and it's an open source project where you can be anyone can use it. So basically, NumPy stands for numerical Python.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
in NumPy, there is there the main purpose of using NumPy is for accessing the arrays.
Mm.
So there is one specific object in Python which has a very similar functionality that of NumPy also, which can also have arrays stored, which is the data
Mm.
type, Deepa. We just saw that data type, which is similar to that of array, very similar. I told you also when you asked me a question yesterday, don't get
Mm.
confused with this because we are going to see array separately.
List only.
So yeah, which is that? Which is the data
List.
type? List, exactly. So in Python, list also, which serves a very similar purpose than that of
But
NumPy.
list can take different data types, but NumPy array cannot
Yes,
take multiple data types.
yes, that's one difference. But what is the other specific difference you think?
Changeable lists are
That here also we can do. Here also we can do.
okay.
But here the main
Mm.
difference is
Mm.
the objects that are saved as a list
Mm.
are like slower and NumPy arrays are like 50 times faster in terms of retrieval.
Okay, getting that address
So
and fetching it.
getting that address and the location. The main reason is because
Mm.
the previous one, which is the list is not stored in a continuous memory.
Mm.
However, NumPy arrays are specifically stored inside a continuous memory, which
Mm.
means it accesses our CPU and it can work with directly with depending on our CPU of the system, and then it can make things much more faster in terms
Okay.
of retrieving the data, processing the data, trying to look out for these values and all. It can make things bit more faster.
Mm.
So that's the reason why we are preferring NumPy comparing to that of a list.
Okay.
So arrays are very frequently used in data science,
Mm.
but and also what we need is we need more speed and retrieval time should also be very less because we are
Mm.
going to deal with millions and millions of rows of data.
Mm.
So in that scenario, for us, only thing that is required is speed and efficiency. So in
Mm.
those scenarios, we might not be making use of list there. Hence, we will be using NumPy arrays,
Hmm. Okay.
right? So,
Faster retrieval is a primary point.
yes, exactly. So, faster retrieval and efficiently using this resources
Hmm.
of your system. That is very, very key pointer there.
Okay.
That's the main reason why we will be using NumPy arrays. Right?
Okay.
Having this background there, because I don't want you to underestimate the power of lists and tuples, other things, just because why we
Hmm.
have NumPy, we don't need to use them. They are
Hmm.
also useful in different scenarios, maybe for a
Hmm.
smaller data sets where the retrieval time is not very much going to be a
Important.
matter for us. Yeah, in those scenarios, we generally go with that. But
Hmm.
NumPy arrays, we do a real-time processing whenever it is done. This helps us with a lot of time savings and efficiency.
Okay.
Yeah. So with this, I'll stop the introduction for NumPy, Deepa. Maybe I don't want to show you this
Oh.
coding on
Hmm.
implementing the NumPy, which we'll be seeing it in detail. In our next
Okay.
session, we'll be creating a one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array. We'll be creating up to 5 dimensions and then seeing like how it is working kind of.
Okay.
Right. And we are also slowly, once we are done with that, we will start with permutations. So how are we supposed to do a permutation of numbers? So you might have studied permutation mathematically,
Hmm.
but we'll see how to implement that using our NumPy arrays, permutations,
Okay.
combinations, shuffling of data, and then slowly
Hmm.
we'll move into distributions, discrete distributions, and
Hmm.
then we'll slowly get into our normalizations, mean, median, mode, and then we'll get on with the other key things that we'll be looking into.
Hmm. Okay.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine then, Deepa. So I hope you have noted down all the assignment questions and I have given you access to my folders and locations. Do ping me in case you need any help or assistance.
Okay.
I'll reply to you back in my
Did you
mail.
ping that questions? Notepad. Yeah, I got it.
Yes, I
Hmm.
have sent you that already.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. I'll maximum.
Okay.
I'll try to join that weekday classes
Yeah.
unless if I have
Yes.
some very urgent work that I am answerable because
Sure,
that
sure,
is
sure. No.
after my login time, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Okay.
No, not a problem, Deepa. Feel free
Hmm.
to join there. And this will
Okay.
be the same link only. So we'll
Okay.
be just looking into.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Ram.
Perfect.
Have a happy
Yeah.
weekend.
Thank you then, Deepa. You have a great weekend there. So
Hmm.
I think my weekend is getting over. Yours is getting started.
Just
So
started.
enjoy, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend. I have things to prepare for next day. So I'll go
Yeah.
and get ready.
You have any good contacts, Ram, who can teach cloud subject?
Cloud. So what you want to see in cloud?
AWS or GCP.
AWS or GCP. Okay. So for it is for you or someone else?
For me only. Everywhere it is.
Okay,
I
for
mean,
you.
from on-prem
Right.
to cloud, everyone is moving and they're expecting all the AWS or GCP
Uh,
functionalities to be.
okay. No, I can take GCP for you, Deepa. That should not be
Oh,
a problem. I can specifically recommend you, but there are also I'll see. Generally, I have learned it from the GCP itself. So because in
mhm.
my previous organizations, for our cloud implementations in GCP, we moved from right. So we had a
Okay.
Google subscription, and these guys came and gave us the training and things. So I can help you with, but in terms of like what I'll recommend is maybe once you know this concepts,
Okay.
Parallelly, once you are done with this, like after this 30-40 sessions, we can
Mm.
we can sit together later also.
Okay.
And I can introduce you to GCP because I'm going to
Mm.
take this advanced analytics batch next. So for
Mm-hmm.
which GCP is also one of the requirement where I need to work in Scala and
Oh,
then process the data,
okay.
Hadoop, map reduce, big hive
Right,
I
right.
need to do.
Yeah,
So
Spark, Scala, Kafka,
yes, everything
HDFS,
will come.
MapReduce, Hive, Pig, Spark.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And data pipelines also?
Data pipelines as well, yes. Not
Okay.
much into data pipelines actually. That will be since it's
Mm.
data science specific. Data pipelines and these things, maybe it will come under data engineering part. But
Mm-mm.
I'll keep you posted, Deepa. There are
Okay.
some good people around in the industry.
Mm.
I'll get try to get their contacts. But I
Yeah.
haven't taken anything from them, but I'll let you know
And
if there
Apache
is
Airflow also is in your list?
Apache Airflow, no, Apache Airflow was not there in my list actually. No,
Okay.
I didn't had the Apache Airflow because
Mm.
I'm mostly kind of like a data scientist track minus.
Mm.
So
Mm.
in a data engineering track, these things will come.
Mm.
So I think that's where some specialists who are already done those things might be
Mm.
much more helpful for you guys.
Okay.
I'll try to
Okay.
get good contact for you there.
And this one I was, yeah, Kubernetes containerization,
Yeah,
Docker.
yes. Docker, Kubernetes, yes.
Mm.
Yeah, that all these things comes under that part only. Yes,
Okay.
we can actually containerization and putting it together. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, because not just knowing the subject, where it will fit in my like QA
Ah,
background or that is the main
No,
thing.
you
Where will
see,
it use?
current trend is
Mm.
one is if you are planning to take data science specific things, right? So you will be
Mm.
mostly working in problem solving and that aspect. So which will
Mm.
also add more value to your profile. But
Mm.
the other thing is in terms of once you get into a data engineering side, I think there
Mm.
is also a lot of opportunities there, especially in processing large amount of data, storing it,
Mm.
and then trying to look out for. So all these things, right? Um, so in that scenario, for you, what I will tell is you finish one thing at a time, and maybe you
Mm.
can parallelly get started with the other ones. So
Okay.
because this is like a vast ocean, and
Yeah.
this
In
machine learning
every
itself
job
is vast.
description, they are putting like 20, 30 points. They want
Yes.
one person to know everything. And these
Yes.
subjects are every subject will take at least 1 month to 1.5 month.
Exactly. So you should be having a deeper understanding. Here, the main problem is deeper. Most of the candidates, even to in my organizations, we just rejected because for namesake they have put everything. Whatever
Mm.
they know, they have put everything. Containerization. I know this orchestration. I have managed clusters, and he's
Mm.
saying I have built and run these things, and he's saying he's applying for a job for a data scientist. Right?
Mm.
So then, when we are asking deeper questions to these people,
Mm.
they are not able to answer any of these. So
See,
that's the biggest problem. And
like
at
that,
least
you
those who are
can't
going to give the
expect.
interview, yeah.
See, to get deeper understanding, we need to put our effort for 3 to 4 months on one particular thing.
Exactly,
So, like
exactly.
that, when will we get the job after 1.5 2 years? By the time that subject will be gone and some other new tool will come completely.
No, that's true, Deepa. I think, see, what we can do is, see, whatever these subjects, right, especially these Kubernetes and these things have come now, right? But prior to that, when it got started, everything started with cloud only. And
Mm.
then cloud was separately then, and then the data science came, and then both got integrated, and everything as a data engineer, full stack developer came. That's when they started putting everything there. And see, it takes time, but actual organizations that are wanting to hire people, they actually know the difference, and they cannot expect. See, now you can't expect the people having 8 years experience in AI, because AI itself came in last 4 5 years, right?
But still,
So
in
now you are
case they are
saying eight
keeping
years.
minimum 5 years of experience, every tool, whatever is new, they everybody know that it came just 2 to 3 years back only. But they are
Yeah, yeah.
expecting minimum 3 plus 5 plus on that.
Right, right.
And
No, see,
also,
and the, uh,
by the time we learn and get into the market, that will be gone, and some other else might have come also on the
true.
same subject.
No, see, you see, I'll tell you the difference. You would have spent this 4 months, 6 months time in learning a particular tool and technology, and you would have done this, right? So by then, assume a new tool is coming. So
Coming.
what that new tool will be based on? It will be based on these concepts only, right?
Mm.
So I'll tell you an example, right? So when I was starting to develop the chat bots, chat GPT, and these things, we started consuming OpenAI, trying to go to each of the web page, trying to crawl the page, get the information, put it across. By then, chat GPT got released. That
Mm.
was the first version of chat GPT. So when ChatGPT was about to be released, we were working in transformer-based model. There was something called BERT, and there were other models that were built using Hugging Face and other libraries. We were
Yeah.
building it. So now what happened is now people move to AI.
Mm.
The people who newly moved to AI do not have a background of how it was working earlier, and in case what kind of functionality to be changed so that this will work this manner, right? So
Mm.
whatever information or knowledge they'll be having is a half-baked knowledge.
Right.
So these guys are able to not able to do anything there. The people who have a end-to-end background still survive for a longer duration, right?
Mm.
So you are talking about getting a job, maybe from
Mm.
that perspective, they might be getting, but
Mm.
sustaining that job or
Mm.
being in that position for a longer duration, right?
To
Now we are
develop
talking about,
one app or one
yeah,
website, earlier it used to take months of coding. Even for my
yes,
daughter at her fourth year or fifth year, this White Hat
yeah,
Junior and Byju's coding was there.
yeah,
We
uh,
spent thousands of dollars on it. Right
uh,
now, when you go to App Store or any site, it will give you
yeah,
an app within 10 minutes, AI,
yes, yes,
website or app. So what is the use?
yeah.
We spent a lot of money, so much of effort, time and everything,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
So
that
it
is,
is
you should be, yeah. See, Deepa, we can't take everything on that way. But the main thing is, see, that's how the technology is itself, right? It is democratized everything. So earlier, you see the cell phones or things, iPhones were used only by very few elite people, and they thought it as a status symbol. No, everyone are using it. If you know in US, in our countries here where we have, even a person who is security of a particular complex or an office, he'll be driving Mercedes Benz, Audi, or any other cars, right? So and he'll be going. So it doesn't that doesn't mean like the status what was earlier there has totally gone, right? Still there are certain things, but yeah, as you rightly said, it is mostly trying to democratize this
always
as
people are
a,
like faster into the market, faster into the market. So people are saying do
yes, yes,
not
yes.
wait until you get expertise in one subject, though you know ABC
Uh,
also. At
uh.
this moment, people are expecting just the ABC in all that 10 to 12 that they are mentioning. Just
Uh,
one line of
then
what it.
in that case, I think that kind of learning is okay, but
Mm.
that will not help you to serve a longer tenure, Deepa, because
Duration.
see, that kind of thing can be done by anyone. Then what's the difference between an experienced person and a fresher? If both can do the same thing there, then and what is the difference between a human and a robot then? No, we can directly replace a robot, right? If that is the work that they are going to do.
Mm.
right? So it is actually, and the current industry is also moving it in that way. But I think it,
Mm.
since it's in a very nascent stage, this things takes time to establish. I think
Right.
maybe for now they are thinking like, okay, now everything can be done and things are okay. That is mostly, I would say, as a short-sighted view of
Mm.
what the industry is. See, tomorrow things are going to be totally changed. Quantum computing is coming.
I mean,
Then
yeah, you
what you will
said.
do? Then what you will do? Whatever you learned now is will become obsolete, but the concepts what you know now is going to help you tomorrow, right?
Mm.
So it is going to be built on that concepts. So for people who just learned it for namesake, ABC,
Mm. Mm.
for them, they don't know this also properly. They either don't know that as well.